I'm back with your streaming TV news and updates, plus the big stories that I'm going to be following for all of 2025. Today's video kicks off my 10th year of helping people cut the cord and save money. And in that time, I have never seen such a strong reaction to a live TV streaming price hike like the one we just experienced. Of course, I'm talking about YouTube TV and the $10 a month price increase. Now $83 a month for new customers, and if you are an existing customer, you're going to pay more starting this month. Unlike in the past, there was no new content and no new features announced along with the increase. And really, I think that's one reason why there's been so much pushback after this last increase. The fifth in YouTube TV's history. Now here's the thing about price increases. Usually people say they're going to cancel, but then they don't. And the services know it. But I've been reading your comments, and based on the feedback, I've been wondering if this time could be different. You tell me. For a couple reasons, I don't think we'll know the answer to that question, at least not right away. So here's why. First, a lot of current YouTube TV users, they got a retention offer simply by going through the cancellation steps, and that delayed the price increase for the next 6 months. So maybe there will be a new wave of cancellations starting in, let's say, May or June. The second factor, and really a wild card that could affect all live TV services, the launch of ESPN's standalone service in the fall. How much of an impact that makes, I think it's going to come down to what ESPN charges for that service. YouTube TV has somewhere around 8 million customers, and the new starting price, it's in line with the other premium live TV services. I'll link below to my video with more on the alternatives, as well as some ways to lower your YouTube TV bill. Something else I'm tracking for 2025, the blurred lines between live services and on-demand services. Let me explain. More live sports and more live events. They're showing up on services that have traditionally offered on-demand content. And there's two big examples of this happening in January. WWE Raw makes the move to streaming after decades on linear TV. You can watch it on Netflix as of Monday, January 6th. And in mid-January, Prime Video, it gets an exclusive NFL wildcard playoff game. Looking ahead, only more of this trend. Prime Video has struck a deal to exclusively stream some NBA games, and that starts with the 2025-2026 season. Based on that alone, I would not be surprised if Amazon Prime gets a price increase this year or next year. It last raised prices in 2022. And putting higher prices aside, some ad-supported streaming services, including Prime Video, have already said they will be increasing the ad load in 2025. Let's keep it moving. And another thing I've been wondering, will there be another big hit show that premieres on cable, or are those days just over? Let me show you this headline. It's from Variety. Despite all the talk about people canceling cable, Yellowstone series finale drew record ratings. And this is a show that you needed a pay TV service to watch. New episodes first aired on the Paramount Network. So that's a little context, and then I read this next article. Not surprising, but still shocking. And this is from The Hollywood Reporter. It says aside from Yellowstone, only just one scripted cable show averaged more than 2 million viewers last year. It was a Hallmark Channel show, When Calls the Heart. That example shows that while the cable networks still have a lot of sports, news, and reality shows, the scripted shows have mostly moved to streaming. They're expensive to produce, and the cable networks are all about cutting costs. This is really happening at all the legacy media companies, but the cuts at Paramount's cable networks, both programming and staff, have been some of the most widely reported. Paramount, as you may know, is in the process of merging with Skydance. And speaking of that, more mergers and more consolidation, that could be a big story in 2025, as well as more collaboration among competitors. One recent example of that, the Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max bundle, it launched last summer, and it's been considered a success. I also think it's not a bad value for consumers. In the year ahead, I'm also curious what's going on with free streaming services. Like streaming services in general, I think we can all agree there's just too many of them. After all these years, I'd still say Pluto TV, Tubi, and the Roku channel are my top 3 picks. You can let me know yours in the comments below. But now, DirecTV has joined some other live TV services in offering a free tier. This one is called My Free DirecTV. And so far, I describe it as a light version of Sling Freestream. Now, these services all have one thing in common, and that is lots of ads. But for companies like DirecTV, is ad revenue really the end game? I've been wondering. Based on my testing, it seems that DirecTV is using the free service to try to get people to sign up for paid plans. Problem is, the current plans start at $87 a month. Way too expensive, and not something a person signing up for a free service would ever be interested in. So if the goal of the free service is to upgrade users to a paid plan, they really need to offer more affordable bundles and standalone subscriptions. This is something DirecTV has said it wants to do. Will it happen in 2025? We'll wait and see. Really, what I'm trying to figure out is if any of the newer free services are making moves to stand out from their competitors, or are they just offering the same content with a slightly different user interface? Because if that's the case, I'll probably just stick with Pluto TV, Tubi, and the Roku channel. On the home internet front, it was recently reported that 1 million people are on a wait list for T-Mobile 5G home internet. They want it, they just can't get it. I've been covering the rise of 5G home internet services and testing them out over the past few years. The new competition, well, it's been a real headache for cable internet providers. They've responded, though, with better deals. Now Internet, for example, this is from Comcast, and it starts at only $30 a month. So will 5G home internet continue to grow in 2025? My bet would be yes. And that growth, although it may be slowed down by availability issues, it could force additional changes from the cable companies. It's an example of how competition has worked for consumers. And if you haven't checked out my internet plan comparison tool lately, I'll have a link below. It's also on michaelsavesdeals.com. I want to show you the results of a poll that I put on my YouTube community tab just before the new year. Check it out. Here's what people say they are planning to spend on streaming TV in 2025. 37% between $50 and $100 a month, 32% less than $50 a month. And thank you to a viewer for reminding me that Discover has 5% cash back on select streaming services. That is for the first quarter of the year. So if you've got a Discover card, make sure to log in and activate that offer. Thanks for watching.